Not putting up with that anymore, Chandler.
Any more outbursts like that, you'll be removed.
Mr. O'Hare, I need you to look at me. You guys killed my brother. No, you need to listen.
Remove her now.
Mr. Wayborn has refused to see us, has refused and locked doors. JPS!
Remove her.
Since JPS is here now, how are you going to sit here and tell us what happened?
I'm answering you.
I'll answer to the public. Yeah, take it to Mr. Wayborn's office.
Make sure that
Recess.
all of us have a copy of the latest.
The chair has not recognized your right to speak,
swelling in his face
and he is now held in contempt. Remove him.
Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise, therefore abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. It doesn't say it has to be nice, doesn't say it has to be clean and concise. That's why we had 1776, because of issues like this.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Right now in Tarrant County, Judge Tim O'Hare, Sheriff Bill Wayborn, and Chief Deputy Craig Driscoll are facing growing resistance from the very people they were elected to serve, and these people are pissed off. Why? Because their actions are raising red flags, and when politicians overstep, the Second Amendment serves as a powerful reminder that the people, not the government, hold the ultimate authority. The Second Amendment wasn't written for hunting. It wasn't just about self-defense. It's a safeguard against government overreach, against public officials who think they can rule unchecked, and that is what Sheriff Bill Wayborn and Tim O'Hare are doing. The Founding Fathers knew that a government without fear of its people becomes dangerous, and I think they are starting not to fear us. But that raises an important question. When is it appropriate for us to take charge and take back our government? At what point do we as citizens exercise the rights that were written into the Constitution to protect us from these tyrants? Judge Tim O'Hare has been making moves that many see as an attack on democracy itself, limiting public comments, shutting down criticism, shutting down the First Amendment, and pushing policies that silence dissent. But it doesn't stop there. Sheriff Bill Wayborn and Chief Deputy Craig Driscoll have also come under fire. Allegations of favoritism, unethical dealings, and a shocking number of deaths in the Tarrant County Jail have raised serious questions about their leadership. And when the people ask for answers, they're ignored, gaslighted, or even worse, silenced. Chief Driscoll even went as far as violating the constitutional rights of C.J. Grisham, stripping him of his lawfully carried firearm. Why? Because they're afraid. They don't want armed citizens. They don't want people standing up for their rights. They want to be the only ones with guns because they are cowards who fear an armed and an informed public. This is exactly why the Second Amendment exists, to remind corrupt officials that they are not above the law and they will be held accountable. The people have the power. The people make the rules. And politicians who forget that, well, let's just say history hasn't been too kind to them. And now, Tim O'Hare is claiming that he and other officials have been receiving threats. But let's be real. We highly doubt there have been any real threats. What they're actually afraid of is the Second Amendment. They're afraid of the Constitution. They're afraid of those people knowing their rights and standing up against them. And if these so-called threats were real, why not make them public? Why not let the public help identify the people by their voice or by their handwriting, just like they would in any unsolved investigation? Instead, they use these threats as an excuse to silence dissent and ramp up security for themselves while ignoring the real issues in their county. In fact, they've even increased security, claiming they need more protection, but why? Let's take a look at the commissioners acting like they're afraid and saying they've been receiving threats, and using that as justification for ramped up security.
Okay, I mean, as we begin the meeting, I just want to make a general statement about decorum in this courtroom. I'd like to implore our Tarrant County constituents, my fellow commissioners, and all those unable to attend to help us return this place to a body of civility. I think you've seen enhanced security measures today. That is because members of this court have had threats to their safety, credible threats, and that's inappropriate in any form or fashion. And so we'll take those threats serious. We may not always agree on policy, and that's okay, because everybody up here has more in common than they have difference. And I know that policy issues might become controversial at times, and it might be easy to talk in hyperbole and get reactions, but everybody up here knows the reality. And I trust that everybody up here is trying to fight to bring change to Tarrant County that actually impacts the citizens and makes their lives better. This court knows that you can't demand someone resign and they do it. This court knows you have to fully fund departments. This court knows all of those things. And so we also know that speaking about issues that we're not fully informed about, investigations that are ongoing, that is not helpful to the family members of folks that are subject to those investigations. That is not helpful to the community at large. Regarding decorum, I'm asking my fellow court members and constituents, please remember that we're all Americans and we're all Tarrant County citizens. I want my children, your children, and every child in this county to be able to watch this meeting virtually and be proud of the body that's here today and to be proud of their people that serve their community. Right now, I can't say that I'd like my daughters to watch this. And so please remember that we get a lot done when we work together, and we're not always going to agree, but also remember that your feedback, constructive criticism has been listened to, and that major moves have been made based upon the feedback that we've received. It may seem like it's turning a cruise ship an inch at a time, but it is turning a cruise ship. So please remember that. Yeah, that's all I have to say, Judge.
With him, so.
Yeah, I'll say there were a lot of legal comments made today, but nothing that I heard alleged a specific violation of constitutional law. I know Ms. Cox talked about a designated public forum, but I know she's probably very aware that court after court has said, even in a designated public forum, there are reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions that an entity can put on to make sure that things go in a uniform manner and in a way that it needs to go. So again, I've not heard any allegation, any specific provision from the Constitution that has been violated by these, which is very important to me. You can laugh all you want, but until somebody points that out, we have that. So I appreciate y'all being here and expressing your viewpoint. I really do. So thank you for that.
I got to wonder where Matt Krause got his law degree, because that was just a really ignorant thing for him to say. And with a last name like Krause, I'm beginning to wonder if he's not a traitor. Maybe his ancestors were part of Operation Paperclip. I don't know. But the podium at a public meeting is the appropriate time, place, and manner to exercise your First Amendment rights, because it is a designated public forum where citizens are invited to address government officials on matters of public concern. And while standing at that podium, you are fully protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution. It's not like we're standing in Tim O'Hare's private fine dining restaurant. This is a public forum. Let's take a look at the tyranny that has led us to where we are now, that has these Tarrant County officials so afraid, shall we?
Being kicked out and banned from attending Tarrant County Commissioner's Court, 2 high-profile residents in Fort Worth are speaking out. They tell our Scoop Jefferson their civil rights have been violated.
And I would like to read just the beginning of a complaint.
When Fort Worth pastor Ryan Price spoke at Tarrant County Commissioner's Court, he went 8 seconds over the 3-minute limit. Then this happened.
Less than an hour.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Jail staff found him unconscious.
Sir, your time is up.
And he died the next morning with inflamed lungs swelling in his face
And he is now held in
blood
contempt.
in the ears
Remove him.
and nose.
Price is pastor at Broadway Baptist Church in Fort Worth after he spoke out earlier this month against Sheriff Bill Wayburn for jail deaths under his watch. He was escorted out of Commissioner's Court.
The deputies informed me that I was not to return for a year and issued me a trespass warning.
When WFAA reached out to Judge Tim O'Hare, his staff told us he was out of town. But during the most recent Commissioner's Court Tuesday, O'Hare outlined his plans for speakers violating the 3-minute limit.
The deputies are just going to come take you out. It's not 305, 310, 315.
Former State Representative Lon Berman is also banned from Commissioner's Court. He confronted Judge O'Hare about this July 2nd exchange with Commissioner Alyssa Simmons.
Now
Make sure that
recess.
all of us have a copy of the latest.
The chair has not recognized your right to speak.
For him to continually step on and over her, to me, is just unacceptable. And I went up and told him exactly what I thought.
Several days later, Burnham says these two deputies served him a trespass warning at his home. It names Judge Tim O'Hare as the reporting person. Sheriff Wayburn told us no comment because of their right to appeal their trespass warnings.
I'm glad to know that. I will certainly be appealing it.
Think it's political in nature in any of your tweets?
Occasionally.
Okay.
All
So
right, what about yours?
Your bio. I run my Twitter, but I'm the one talking now, so you'll sit there and be quiet and listen while I talk, and then you can talk later. You will.
Not to talk.
Tension during discussion on the proposed hiring of a contractor and more.
If he wants to vote yes, it's a yes. If he wants to vote no, it's a no.
Look up.
Okay.
Look up.
Have a semblance of class. That's all you have to do. Just a semblance. Are you a yes or a no on this?
Well, it looks like I'm back. It's been a month since my brother's death. A month, and we still have no answers. A month, and now the people who killed my brother are sitting at the house getting paid right now. A month since I seen you guys torture Mr. O'Hare. I need you to look at me. You guys killed my brother. No, you need to listen. Mr. Wayburn has refused to see us, has refused and locked doors. JPS! Since JPS is here now, how are you going to sit here and tell us what happened?
I'm answering you.
I'm answering to the public.
Yeah, take it to Mr. Wayburn's office. Take it to Mr. Wayburn's office to release the video that you guys killed. I didn't touch.
He said remove her. I'm walking around. Remove him immediately for that comment. Get him out of here.
Excuse me, that's protected speech.
Yeah, it's not going to be protected in this courtroom.
If it's protected speech.
We were watching the Tarrant County Commissioners meeting on the desk yesterday morning in real time. At the beginning of the meeting, you could hear outbursts in the crowd as that regular meeting went on. Judge Tim O'Hare stopped it, warning participants to be quiet.
Something is wrong with that man.
Yes, did you climb over that?
Remove her immediately.
We have the right to say all these words because it's a First Amendment right, and you can't do anything about it. In the Stillman case,
Are you good enough? We stand you up? No. Where are you, sir? You're in the restricted area.
He gave me permission.
Who did?
I thought he was going over a flow. I thought he was going in overflow.
You want me to leave?
Yes, please.
Why am I being removed from this area, please?
Please.
I'm asking why I'm being removed.
Thank you.
I'm asking.
Imagine getting violently removed from a public meeting and or arrested in America for simply asking why the law is not being followed. That is literally some of the most ridiculous stuff I've ever heard uttered.
Today is just more of what I witnessed last time, which is specifically you, Judge O'Hare. You're not acting like a judge, you're acting like a tyrant.
That is literally some of the most ridiculous stuff I've ever heard uttered.
So James Freeman, a.k.a. Grande Johnson, called me last week and informed me that when he called looking for Tim O'Hare, that Chief Driscoll called him back, and Chief Driscoll actually thought he was me. And I took that as a great compliment. But anyways, James did such a great job on his phone call to Tarrant County like he always does, and he made a bunch of great points. I thought I would share just a couple of them with y'all.
Official government page. This page right here, Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare, is an official government page. But unfortunately, since Tim O'Hare has turned off commenting on his Facebook page, you're going to have to find other ways to get a hold of him. It looks like as of last night, he removed contact information that was on here. Luckily, I screen grabbed it already though. And this is listed as an official government phone number for him.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Let's see if we can find anywhere else to get a hold of him. Judge O'Hare and his wife, Kristen, live in South Lake with their 4 daughters, where he coaches recreational youth sports. They are members of First Baptist Grapevine, where he serves as a deacon. I do have another phone number for him here, 817-884-1441, which is listed here on his bio. Does he protect free speech, or does he retaliate against those who use it?
I can't speak for him.
Okay, is he there?
No, he's away from the office.
Okay, what's his home address?
No, sir, I can't do that.
Okay, so where's a place we can catch him then? First Baptist Church? Is that where he goes still?
I can't answer that either.
Okay, that's in his bio, so I guess we'll try to catch him at church and ask him these questions maybe. You can't give me his home address, so maybe we can run by there and see if he's there for questions?
No, but I can call the sheriff's department and let them know that you are doing this.
What, asking questions? Does the sheriff's department have his...
Have a great day.
Ma'am, does the sheriff's department have his home address? Is that why you're going to call them?
You can call them and ask them.
Okay,
You're
well,
welcome to do that.
I'm asking you. We just want to go and ask him questions. Where do we find him?
I can give him your message. You gave me your name, you gave me your phone number, and I can pass on your message.
Okay, will you let him know I'm looking for him?
I will.
Okay, I'd like to interview him in person.
And who are you with?
I'm with myself. I received a phone call back just a few minutes later from the Tarrant County Sheriff's captain that arrested CJ and Carolina and Fort Worth for exercising their free speech.
Is that him calling?
Hello?
Hello?
James?
Yes.
James, this is Chief Craig Driscoll, Sheriff's Department. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? You're the one who arrested CJ illegally.
Oh, okay. So you got opinions. What do you need from us over here?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to the judge. Hold on one second. Let me pull the stuff back up. I got some very specific questions for him.
Oh, I may not be able to answer them.
Sure.
What are you looking for?
Sure. Let me pull it back up real quick. I apologize. I closed everything down. All right. So.
Your name is James? James?
Hey, boss. I got it up.
What's your name?
Hey.
What's your name?
James.
Well, James, what's your last name?
Well, I go by a number of different names. Springer is a last name I use. Also, Freeman is a last name that I use.
Yeah, Harvey.
What's that?
Harvey, right? So, where do you live, buddy? What's your address?
What's yours?
Okay. Well, I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to play these games.
What do you mean games? You want to know my address, but I can't have yours?
Well, yeah, I'm at 200 West Taylor Street, Fort Worth.
What is it again?
200 West Taylor Street, Fort Worth.
200 West Taylor Street.
Yeah.
Did you call to try to intimidate me for trying to ask questions of the judge, or?
Yeah, James, I think we're going to end this conversation.
Is that a yes or a no on the attempted intimidation? Because I'm not the type to be intimidated. I am the type to publish everything you say, though, Mr. Driscoll.
Yeah. Okay, I think you're a little irrational.
What do you
You're
mean?
off your meds or something.
Okay.
So we're going to let you go.
Can I ask you the question, Mr. Driscoll?
I want to leave everybody with the Supreme Court ruling, Bad Elk versus United States, which proves that we have the right to resist unlawful arrests, even against law enforcement acting outside their authority. The Supreme Court made it clear, if the government oversteps, the people have a right to defend themselves. This case is a reminder of why the Second Amendment exists, to protect us from tyranny, government overreach, and the violation of our civil rights. The question is, will Tim O'Hare, Sheriff Wayborn, and Deputy Chief Driscoll stop violating people's rights and uphold liberty and their oath to the Constitution, or will they continue down the path of resistance? Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video. See y'all later.